If you want to know if your loved one still needs a feeding tube when they are close to having a tracheostomy removed, stay tuned. I've got news for you. My name is Patrick Hutzel from intensivecarehotline.com with another quick tip for families in intensive care. So currently we are working with a client who has their sister in intensive care. Their sister sustained a cardiac arrest and had encephalitis, and when she first got admitted into intensive care, the doctors, the intensive care team, told the family that she won't survive, and if she will survive, she will never live independently and she will always be dependent on other people. Now, the family didn't buy into the negativity and the negative narrative and the doom and gloom and said, well, we want to give our sister the best chance and we will do whatever it takes. Now, weeks later, after not giving up, right, the sister is awake. She's off the ventilator. Yes, she had a tracheostomy along the way, and she's had a nasogastric tube. They never consented to a PEG tube as per our advice, because there's enough research out there that a PEG tube is more harmful than a nasogastric tube, right? And she's now off the ventilator. She's getting much closer to decannulation. She is lucid, i.e., she is talking now with a speaking valve, right? And she's even having small amounts of pureed food, even though she's got a tracheostomy, so she's passing all the swallowing tests, and that means she's coming much closer to having the tracheostomy removed. So for anyone who has a loved one critically ill in intensive care, who's getting told, you know, your loved one is not going to survive. If they do survive, they will be disabled forever and a day and will never live independently. Well, here is another example that you don't have to believe the doom and gloom. You can make up your own narrative, right? And you can stick with it, right? So it's all up to you in how you present your case and whether you get the consulting and advocacy that we were certainly able to serve this family with to get the results they wanted, needed, and deserved for their sister, right? So now the client sends an email, and you know it's getting the plot to a degree thickens, but you know we've got a way forward here. So even though the sister is eating and drinking now, even though she's got a tracheostomy, the ICU team still wants to push for a PEG tube to send her out as quickly as possible. They don't want to deal with it out of sight, out of mind sort of thing. So let me read out the email that's coming from the client. So they're saying, the harassment continues concerning the PEG tube. This ICU doctor had her nasogastric tube pulled out, and he explained it in his progress notes. He called me the day before, yesterday, pushing for the PEG tube once again if my sister is unable to meet her nourishment needs on her own. So now he thinks he can give me a choice of comfort measures versus PEG. Please see the progress notes here. I've circled pertinent areas and I've seen the progress notes. He's basically saying, you know, she should have a PEG tube or comfort care, right? She's making a lot of progress, and that is blackmail, right? And I can't imagine how many families in intensive care are getting blackmailed if they didn't have the support that we've been able to give this family, right? So then the email continues. The last 2 nights, I've seen my sister that she was in pretty good spirits and even flirting with her new male nursing assistant. She's talking pretty clearly now and is coherent. She refused to eat anything last night. They didn't bring her food until 6 p.m. and she was exhausted as she didn't sleep well the night before. When I tried to coax her to eat, she got upset. She has no appetite. I'm wondering how to handle this. I'm wondering if medications could be affecting her appetite or something else. Today, I'm very upset to be threatened this way by this doctor. I'm going to meet with Patrick soon. And I did talk to the client yesterday. So here's the way forward. Number one, do not let anyone blackmail you. I mean, him taking out the nasogastric tube is pure evil, right? And in the notes, he was saying that she needs the nasogastric tube out so she can pass the swallow assessment. That is not true. Plenty of patients in ICU that pass the swallow test have a nasogastric tube. That's sheer and utter nonsense. And unless, once again, you have the insights that you need when you have a loved one critically ill in intensive care, you'd be making all the wrong decisions most likely, right? So do not let them dissuade you. to do the right things. And just because a patient is passing some swallow trials or swallowing assessments doesn't mean they no longer need a nasogastric tube, right? This is a client in the US, and obviously the ICUs in the US have an interest in sending out patients as quickly as possible, and they don't care how they do it as long as they can do it, right? So with all of this said, in this situation, the client does need the nasogastric tube back. He really does, right? Because otherwise she'll be losing all the strength that she has gained in recent weeks, right? So this is really pure negligence, and it's pure evil, right? So we're working on it to getting the nasogastric tube back in again, right? So that she doesn't need a PEG tube. I've made countless of videos over the years that patients in intensive care do not need a PEG tube, no need for it, with very few exceptions, right? So in this situation, you know, again, the patient went from ICU saying, well, she's not going to survive. If she does survive, she will always need people and she's always dependent on people. Well, nothing could be further from the truth. That is why you need to challenge and question clinical judgment from intensive care teams. Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong. Very difficult for anyone to have a crystal ball, right? I mean, I have worked in critical care nursing for 25 years in 3 different countries, where I worked as a nurse manager for over 5 years. And I've been consulting and advocating for families in intensive care since 2013 and all over the world. And we have saved many lives with our consulting and advocacy that you can verify on our testimonial section, where you can see what our clients are saying and you can listen to what our clients are saying on our intensivecarehotline.com podcast section. And, you know, and you can verify it here that we've saved many lives with our consulting. And that's why we have helped hundreds of members and clients over the years to improve their lives instantly when they have a loved one critically ill in intensive care, including saving their lives. And that's why we created a membership for families of critically ill patients in intensive care. And you can become a member if you go to intensivecarehotline.com, if you click on the membership link, or if you go to intensivecaresupport.org directly. In the membership, you have access to me and my team 24 hours a day in the membership area and via email, and we answer all questions intensive care related. In the membership, you also have exclusive access to 21 ebooks and 21 videos that I've personally written and recorded, and all of that will help you to make informed decisions, have peace of mind, control, power, and influence, helping you to make informed decisions, have peace of mind, control, power, and influence, making sure your loved one gets best care and treatment always. Now, I also do one-on-one consulting and advocacy over the phone, Zoom, Skype, WhatsApp, whichever medium works best for you. I talk to you and your families directly. I talk to doctors and nurses directly, asking all the questions that you haven't even considered asking, but must be asked when you have a loved one in intensive care. I also represent you in family meetings with intensive care teams. I handhold you through this once-in-a-lifetime situation that you simply can't afford to get wrong. We also do medical record reviews in real time so that you can get a second opinion in real time. We also do medical record reviews after intensive care if you have unanswered questions, if you need closure, or if you are suspecting medical negligence. And all of that you get at intensivecarehotline.com. Call us on one of the numbers on the top of our website, or simply send me an email to support@intensivecarehotline.com with your questions. I also do, and if you like my videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel for regular updates for families in intensive care. Click the like button, click the notification bell, comment below what you want to see next, what questions and insights you have from this video. I also do a weekly YouTube live where I answer your questions live on a show, and you will get notification for the YouTube live if you are a subscriber to my YouTube channel, or if you are a subscriber to my intensivecarehotline.com email newsletter. Thank you so much for watching. This is Patrick Hutzel from intensivecarehotline.com, and I will talk to you in a few days. Take care for now.